Hey, what's up, everyone? Well, again, busy week as usual. Let's see, I've been working on that CD jukebox. I never did get word back on the claw machine, so I haven't been working on it. Which I'm just going to have to sit down and sit in front of it and start messing with it some more and see if I can't get everything working on it. The CD jukebox, it's been a real pisser too, which a lot of this stuff normally is. It still won't read discs. I adjusted the laser, and the deck would just spin once, a little, spin twice, and then it would eject the CD and put it back in the rack. So I figured, okay, well then our laser is, it's just plumb wore out. So I ordered a new laser for it, and the new laser does the same thing. So now I don't have any errors on it. So it's got to be in the control board on the player. And that's what I'm going to tackle next. I've been just been cleaning it up and thinking about it and deciding which way I want to go next. I got most of it all cleaned up. It's starting to really look nice. I'm getting light bulbs put in it. These nasty little 73 light bulbs. They are, in some of the lights in those things, they are so hard to get to that you got to take the light out to get at them. At least my hand, I have smaller hands, and I still can't get up in there and get some of those light bulbs. So I'm just taking the lights fixtures out and changing them and making sure they work before I put them in. The centerpiece on the top, we got that all squared away. It's running good. Well, not running good yet. It works, but the motor's a little noisy. So I'm going to pull it back out and work on that motor, see if we may just need to pull it down and put a little oil on it and get it running quiet. The columns on the bottom door, they all work. Still have to work on the barbershop effect is what I call it. It looks like, barbershop. And the motors work and all that, lights work, so we're in good shape there. It's just I'm trying to decide which way I want to go as far as making that barbershop effect for the tubes. It could be I may print it on clear print paper and just adhere it to the tubes, but I'm not really that fond of that in case it starts getting ugly looking. You either have to get new tubes or try and clean that off. So I'm kind of looking around if I could find some thin enough clear acetate. I would just glue it to it, paste it down on it, and then roll it up and stick it down in the tube like the original was. But we'll see. The side lights, those are also colored, but the tubes are missing. I have the bulbs work and all that. I just don't have the tubes. So I'm looking for the little clear tubes that just fit over or a little bit bigger than a T8 light bulb. And that way I can do the same thing, only those don't turn or nothing like that. They just light up as a color, as different colors and rows. So I'll see what I can do about that. Cosmetically, I worked on the column. I got my plastic put back together for the one column. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing with that big melt spot. I had a few ideas last night about it, not just leaving it there and doing something with it to make it look I really like the jukebox with its battle scars. I do.
It just looks, you know, like a retro jukebox, CD jukebox at that. So it's going to come out nice. It's going to look good. We got the keypad cleaned up. Everything's working good now, except that centerpiece motor and the player, which the player is the most important to get working. So I'm either going to have to break down and buy a rebuilt CD Pro, or work on that board. And I'm going to work on the board. And if I screw it up real bad, then, you know, hey, like I always say, it didn't work to begin with. How bad can you can screw it up? But it didn't work anyway. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can get it working on its own. It has those little bitty can caps on it, and I'm thinking that right around the power, where the power comes in, there we may not have enough voltage in there, and that could be due to those little caps. They're 47 UF 16 volt, and I've replaced them on a lot of stuff and fixed power issues because of that. Because it's reading the board. The board is the decoder board, or whatever you want to call it, on the bottom of the CD Pro is communicating with the computer on the side of the mechanism, because if it wasn't, you would get a error. You'd get a board error, and then you'd get a error on the screen as a communication error, which is, I think, 562 and 563 are the communication errors. So that, I know it's talking to it. It's just, I don't think it's getting enough power to fire up the laser. But it, you know, it could still be something else on the control board, on that little control board. But, you know, a good place to start is usually old caps. And when you have power issues or humming or stuff like that, even when it sets it down, it still, you know, and tries to spin, I still get no errors. So it's got to be in that control board on the CD Pro. And I haven't posted any videos on that yet. That deck didn't come with the Venus. Come with the Venus. With the row. I bought that separately because there was the player was missing altogether for that jukebox. I figured they stole it out because, you know, the jukebox was a little beat up, so they just were robbing parts off of it for probably jukeboxes out on location. And this thing was so disgusting. It was really, really smoke filled. The title probably on this one is Repairing a Smoke Damaged Row AMI CD 100 Venus. Let's see, where was I? And so I bought one that needed repaired. I figured it probably just needed a laser, because that's what I had been seeing, that most of that stuff just needs a new laser. So that's where I'm at on that. I think next week I will be posting a video on it. This weekend, yesterday, was the coin counter that I finished up for the arcade. That one was really neat. You know, it's a October 11, 1961 coin counter, and it really fits in over at the arcade as far as being a retro. That's what you seen yesterday. Wednesday, I posted the video of down at Leaper Flea Market, or Leaper Outdoor Market, and everybody got to meet Lynn, my next door neighbor. She's the one I sold my other building to. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. That was my Wednesday's video. It's a short one, so you don't have to get popcorn and a case of beer to watch it. And then I tried posting a short, and using DaVinci to try and do a short format. You know, you can do it. It's really simple. It's just it doesn't come up on YouTube really as a short. I even hashtagged it shorts, because you hashtagged my shorts, because that's what you're supposed to do. But it still doesn't put it in that shorts, in that short column or whatever. The algorithm doesn't put it over so everybody can see your shorts. So that didn't turn out real well. That short was about the Leaper flea market, because I surprised the hell out of Lynn with recording. So it was interesting. It was kind of fun. And I did post over on Facebook some work I'm doing over at the arcade. I started bringing back some retail for this weekend, which this weekend's Labor Day. So I brought some stuff back, maybe to, you know, pick up some business as the final hoorah of the summer. It was welcomed really well. Can't tell you how it did, because this is Friday, and I don't go over till Friday, and it's supposed to, yeah, whatever. So I can let you know later as to how it did. I posted it on Mup Here at the Lake. I didn't post it to my personal page. I'll probably do that this evening. My personal page and the arcade page. So I'll probably post it there as well. A lot of people are enthusiastic about it, because we took it out, and then we had people over the summer looking for it, and were really disappointed. So I'm going to bring that back, mainly the Rada, and a lot of stuff that I feel that people are going to be needing for the holidays cooking. Holidays are going to, you know, they're just around the corner. You know, we're into September. So, you know, October we start Halloween, and November Thanksgiving, and then Christmas and New Year's in December. So, you know, it's right there. I have about probably 5-6 weekends left down at the outdoor market. If you'd like to see another video from down there, let me know. I'll gladly do something different besides just give you a walkthrough. Maybe if you want, we can pick on Lynn some more. As far as going around to the other booths, other buildings, I told you in that video that there were some things going on and people are still a little uptight, let's say, being nice about it. But I'm not going to get into it, because it's not worth it. I don't like the drama. It just senseless. It was stupid. We'll just put it that way, and we're going to move on. So if you'd like to see another video from down there, let me know. I can definitely post another video from the outdoor market. I'm working on getting a good video for the arcade. I need to get some more stuff done over there before we actually do a good walk through and show you what's going on. You know, as far as me, you know, video and working over there, it's just a matter of bringing stuff in and making sure it's in the computer and then hanging it up. You know, it just no, that's about as much fun as watching paint dry. So I'm working on that. I'm kind of working on it in my head right at the moment, and then I'm gonna start writing some stuff down as to what I want to do.
I have a tendency to think of really good things that I want to do, and then when it comes time to turn the camera on, I forgot it all, or most of it. And then after the video's done, it's like, oh, you dumb, you should have told them this or done this. So I need to write some stuff down and work on that video a little bit more. As the season's winding down, I'm gonna kind of start working on YouTube a little bit more than just turning the camera on and doing my work, and then not really editing through and not really scripting anything. You know, I need to really start working on it a little bit more so we can pick up some more subscribers. You know, I get a bump about every 2-3 weeks. It'll stay kind of stagnant, you know, and we'll get 1, 2, you know, a couple a week. But then there's always a week or so where we'll get like 10 or 12, and it's hard to figure out. It's not really the videos that I'm posting right away. I look at it, and it's just spread out over all my videos that it comes from. Now I know the Leaper Flea Market, we got a bump on that one because of the people around the lake here that didn't know, because I also posted that one on Facebook. I put that one in up here at the lake, and my personal and regular and my business page. I posted that one all over the place, and so we got a pretty good count on that, and we got a good boost on subscribers. Just for a simple fact is, people would like to know where it's at. You know, we're only an hour and 10 minutes away. If they're up here and they want something to do on a Saturday or Sunday, they can drive down to Cook Forest and come in the flea market there in Leaper. We're right on the corner of 36 and 66, right behind the red and white grocery store. We got good snack shack. I may do a video up there too. I may go up there. Jim and Tina, they're good friends of mine. They would welcome having something different and having a video done up there at the snack shack. Maybe I can do that and kind of walk in and just kind of show you what some of the places, but I'm not going to go in and walk through any of them. Not until somebody says it's okay, and I'm not asking because of, you know, whatever. Anyway, I get kind of shy about that, and I don't really like to ask people, hey, can I come in and do a video of your stand? You know, and that's why I don't like people around when I'm down there doing videos. I try and do them in the morning or at the end of the day, because I kind of respect people's privacies, and I don't think they want their conversation in on a video. That's why I did the voiceover on that one, was because just to protect people's privacy and not intrude, I guess, on them. That's why some of the cuts were real quick, because I had people come in, so I had to cut it real quick, just to, you know, protect it. You know, if you'd like to see some more of that, yeah, I can do that. The arcade, like I said, I'm working on that. Once I get everything in place over there that I like and where it's at, then I will definitely do a video of the arcade. Okay, I'm going to take a break. In fact, I think it's about time to eat, so that'll give me a chance to think of some more stuff to talk to you about. As things wind down at the outdoor market, you'll be seeing a lot more arcade stuff, because I won't be working on much to take down. Just simple fact is that things slow down there, and I'm not buying as much. Now I am bidding on an auction online. I bidding on a bunch of games and a couple of systems, PS2 Fat and PS4, plus a whole bunch of games, some PS3, well, PlayStation games, PS2, PS3, and PS4 is what I'm bidding on, a bunch of that stuff. And I think I'm on a lot of Blu-rays, because there's a couple Blu-rays in there that I'm really interested in. That goes off Wednesday, and pickup is on Friday, so that won't be bad. So hopefully I'll have a good video of a buy-in, auction buys. If I don't get outbid, I've kind of noticed that a lot of that stuff is going higher than it used to, because more and more people getting back into retro gaming. But the PS4 and PS4 games are usually still down quite a bit, because you know, it's not really that retro. You could still play the, you know, a lot of people are still playing the PS4. And so you just have those people that bought the PS4 playing the PS4 games. Nobody really getting back into it. Like the PS2 and PlayStation games, you know, a lot of people are back to buying those because they're reliving their childhood. And just, there's so many good games out there on those two genres, on those two platforms. PS3, I've noticed, even when I had the game store, PS3 games didn't really sell that well. You know, in this area, the 360 was king over the PS3. And other places, I've talked to other people, and you know, it was a total opposite. Nobody had Xbox. It was all PlayStation 3. But as far as games in the store, you know, Xbox 360 outnumbered PS3 games, you know, like 10 to 1. It was amazing. You know, and I like the PS3, that platform, but it's just, to me, there was better games on the Xbox 360. That platform was a lot better. Now, and to me, PlayStation 2 was one of the best systems out there at that time. And I still think it is. There were so many games for the PlayStation 2, and the PlayStation 2 would play the PlayStation games. So, you know, you just had so much stuff to play and out there. Nintendo, I've mentioned it before. I love the Cube. GameCube is just awesome, and to me that was the best in Nintendo. Genesis, you know, I never really got into the Dreamcast or the Saturn a whole lot, and right now you can't even. It's hard to find cartridge games. You know, that's one thing about cartridge games. You keep you know, you clean your game pins every now and then, the connectors on the game, and you know, they work every time. You know, a little kid can throw them around and step on them and rub them across the floor, and you stick them in, they work. You know, where the CD, DVD style games, they just, you know, it doesn't take much, and you have skips and that, but I understand, you know, that the capacity of the disc is so much more than what a cartridge can handle. So the games could get bigger, better. But, you know, 8-bit, 16-bit's a lot of fun. Those games were a lot of fun. Then they came out with the Blu-ray style. And we got the claim again. Oh, you can't hurt these games. You cannot hurt the finish. They will last 10,000 years and they'll play forever. Yeah, as soon as the Blu-rays came out on PS3, I started getting them in. People, can you fix these? And the finish on them is so hard, I don't understand how the hell you scratch a Blu-ray, but you know, people do. I mean, you must stick them down, lay them down on the, or drop them on the pavement and step on them and twist your foot a little bit. Those are so hard to fix. You know, you cannot remove any material on those like the CDs and the DVDs. You can sand them and sand scratches out, buff them up, and they work. Blu-rays, you cannot sand them. That material is so hard what they use to coat them. The only thing you can do is buff them, and you kind of meld over the scratch so the laser can read right across it. If you have any little indentation like a scratch, the laser cannot read down in the scratch. It just goes right over the top and it'll skip or hang up. That's why if there's a dent, I don't care if your disc looks like brand new, but if it's got a little dent in it where somebody stepped on a rock or something on it, or you know, won't read. It can't read up into that little divot. Game's junk. So I've thrown away so many PS3s, PS4s, Xbox One because of them being scratched, and I buff them and buff them and buff them, and they still, I mean, it's just too hard of a material. And in fact, my Grand Theft Auto 5 for my Xbox One, I have 2 discs, two play discs, or two install discs. I have to run the install until it stops and says disk read error, or it stops, whatever. Pull that one out and put the next one in, and then it will continue. And I have to do that about 2 or 3 different times before it'll finally download the whole game, and then I can play it. Weird. In fact, Xbox One only has 1 disc, doesn't it? That's been so long. Okay, anyway. So I'm bidding on a bunch of that stuff, and hopefully I get some of it. I could really use it. Even though the market's winding down, there's still a lot of people buying games for the winter. So I need to have more of that stuff on hand for the last part of the season. And let's see, what else is going on? So I've been trying to come up with some different ideas for some videos to kind of change things up so, you know, it's not always the same. Busy out there today, everybody coming up to the lake. You know, I've done some work on some PS2 Slims again, but I didn't do any video and didn't turn the camera on. I think I've kind of wore that out enough that I don't need to do any more of those for a while. This week, I don't know, probably going to be pretty much the same unless I decide to start on something else. I hate to get too many projects going all at once, you know, and then you don't know where to go to from where, you know, what to work on when you have too many projects going. You start thinking about too much of it. But hopefully I can get into storage here, and I want to at least get a dart machine over and Black Pyramid. Black Pyramid is going to be a fun little project to try and straighten out that play field. But I really miss working on pinball machines.
and doing painting on the play fields. I really enjoy touching up play fields and tearing them all the way down, and you know, clear coating them, getting them looking really nice and working really good. I really enjoy doing that. But you know, I have to do other things for the arcade as well, and hopefully the dart machine won't be too bad. We got two of them, so, and they're both identical, so you know, hopefully we can take the two and build one. If we don't have to do that, maybe we can get them both going. That'll be, one will be good, two would be all right too. But there's not a, you know, still working on CDs. I kind of laid off this week on the CDs because I have enough of them down there, and a lot of the stuff that I have is doubles of what I do have down below. Because a lot of that stuff, you know, there was 3 or 4 copies of each CD, so I am keeping some of it for our jukebox, and I'm trying to match up what's in the jukebox with what I have. That way I don't have to worry about title cards, because some dork threw the title cards away and burned them, not thinking that I would need them for the jukebox. But that's alright, because I have the program. I can print new title cards. Just need the front and the CD, and then I can print the title cards. Use a little heavier paper. That way it holds up better. Then we can get back on cinema. Hopefully I can finally figure out what the hell I did with my box of switches I have. Man, for the life of me, I cannot find them. So we can replace that one on the bottom mech and get that set down in there, and then we can be pretty close to plugging that one in and seeing what it does, and then working through a whole bunch of problems, I'm sure, with it. But that series, we can finish up that series and get it up and running, and maybe get it over there. Probably won't be over there for anybody to play this year, so it'll be next season. I'd like to keep the store open as long as I can this year. As long as people are coming in and buying and it's making money and paying for itself, I'll leave it open. But you know, you start sitting there day after day and nobody coming in because everybody went home, and you're not drawing from too many places here. So it's just one of those things. Back to the claw machine. I never did get an answer from customer support on that board set, and I emailed them again and asked them. You know, I still haven't heard anything on my problems with the board set. And my answer, the reply was, "I'm sorry, I don't know anything about those boards." And that was it. So it looks like we're on our own. Man. You know, now if I would just sell something like that, didn't know nothing about it, and sold it, and somebody asked me questions about it, and I told them, they'd automatically want to send it back to me. But you know, I had to cut the wiring harness, so it's kind of hard to send it back. And I knew that once I cut it, that, you know, once you cut the wiring harness, you're not going to be sending anything back. But we'll get her figured out. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this week's coffee break. I'm running out of things to talk about.
So I hope everyone has a great week coming, and I will see you next Sunday. Until then, see ya.